I'd like to thank everyone who read, and for those who listen. Again, my name is Craig. I'm a grateful recovering addict. It's an honor and privilege to be here tonight, right? Yeah. I also want to take another moment of silence, right? And I want you to remember the last time you got high. For those of you who got a day clean, for those of you who are just getting clean, just take a quick moment and remember the last time and how it felt when you sucked. Because for me, right? So me, when I got stuck, I was stuck pushing the broken stem. One into the next.
Yeah.
When I was stuck, I remember being stuck, stealing my son's wallet, going to buy the dope with his money from his wallet, and helping him look for the wallet, and calling him a dumb one. I was stuck when I was 13 years of age. I want to tell you how I got here. I want to tell you why I started smoking crack. I want to tell you how I started doing the shit that I did that caused me to have a seat like everybody else. I was 13 years of age. I grew up in the inner city of Boston, Roxbury, Bourbon Street Projects. My mom was a single parent. Did the best she could and took crack cocaine, hit the inner city in the 80s. My mom told me when I was a kid, she said, look, I had 5 abortions before I had you. I should have killed your ass too. So as a little kid, I grew up with a whole bunch of trauma from the very beginning. Didn't know who I was, never felt loved, never felt accepted. And then 13 years of age, I remember my mom going to work at Polaroid. My mom went to work at Polaroid one day. She left me home with my cousin. And my cousin was the real cool cousin, right? We all had one of those cousins that was real cool when we was a kid, right? Left me home with my real cool cousin. And my real cool cousin at the time would take me in the bedroom with her and put me on top of her and make me go up and down, up and down, up and down. Then when she was done, she would throw me to the side and say, don't tell no one. So that was the first secret I had at 13 years of age. Because who can I tell that my favorite cousin just took advantage of? I couldn't tell no one. Then I remember another occasion when my mom went to work, my mom left in the refrigerator a green Tupperware cup. And the green Tupperware cup, you from the project, you had a green one, a white one, a red one, you had those old school skinny cups, right? My mom had what was later found out to be rum and coke in the cup. She went to work, I drank the whole cup, and I'm gonna contradict myself right now. You're gonna find out how old I am. Because after I drink what was in the cup, I put a green box fan on the floor. And I turned on the song Car Wash. Remember that song Car Wash, right? Spun around on the floor and I busted my head. And when my mom got home from work and she saw I had a busted head, she said, don't tell no one. So who could I tell? I couldn't tell my mother. I couldn't tell what my cousin did. I couldn't tell anyone. So I learned to keep a secret. But I want you to know your fucking secrets will keep you sick, man. Because it didn't stop there for me. It got progressively worse. And that's what addiction will do. It gets progressively worse. So 14 years of age, inner city kid from the projects, I go to my aunt's boyfriend's house. And I was always taught as a kid with my brother, we slept head to foot, never side by side. Didn't sleep side by side together with my brother, head to foot. And I wake up in the middle of the night thinking of peeing in the bed, only to find out that this guy got his mouth on my penis. And he puts his hand on my mouth and says, be quiet. Don't tell no one. That was secret number 3. I'm going to tell you how I started smoking crack. But I'm going to walk you how I got there first. That was secret number 3. First one was my cousin, female. Then it was my mom with the drink. Then it was a guy. And it didn't stop there. Because he didn't do it one time, not 2 times. This shit went on for 3 years to where I was convinced. Now, let me be clear. I'm happily married. I love women. I don't have a problem with what your preference is. Right? Well, there was a time when I was convinced that I was supposed to be with the same sex. Is that too honest? Because when a guy molested me for 3 years, I began to enjoy what he was doing. It wasn't until I was in therapy when someone said, look, man, you enjoyed it because you were designed to be pleasured the right way. But it was perverted. You'll get that later. I was a guy that I would take a hit of crack to think the person in front of me was following. Because I could never deal with the pain. I could never deal with the trauma. I could never deal with the fact, why did these things happen? When it got worse. November 29th, 1992, decided to rob a crack house. I decided to kick the door in Boston. They were selling crack. Kick the door in. I went to jail for 13 years for a dime.
A dime.
I went to jail for 4,335 days for getting a dime out of the crack house. Because when they called the cops, because they smoked the man's work up whose house it was. So when they called the cops, they said, well, he robbed us. I got $10 and a raincoat. Did 13 years of my life. But it didn't stop there, because I skipped over some other trauma that I had, right? So there was another time. I told you when I was 8, 10, 12, 13, right? 3 different times. Well, it got worse than that. Because I remember I was going to get a haircut one day. Maybe if he shared this graphic with you, you can understand how I began to smoke crack. Because I couldn't tell anyone how I felt. I couldn't tell anyone my goddamn secrets. I couldn't tell anyone that, guess what? You know what, man? I really feel like, have you ever got to a place where you're doing good, but you want to self-sabotage yourself? Yeah. Have you ever realized, man, that you understand that getting high is not your problem?
Yes.
Well, I got a question, but getting high is the question. What's the problem? At least, when I tell you this, if I took a hit of crack right now, I knew one of these going to be a duck. The first thing I'm going to do is say, turn the goddamn lights off and don't move. But why would you, in your right mind, feel like you got to crawl on the goddamn floor to look for something that ain't there? I've done that. Why would you, in your right mind, take your son? Let me tell you what I did one day. MacArthur Mall. You know where it's at, right? I'm going to tell you how I got here, but I'm going to tell you where I'm at today. Maybe you understand that there's still hope, right? I took my son with me one day. Brand new Infinity to the dope house. To my friend's house. Had my son outside in the car with my car running with the AC on. While I went inside to get me a gram of heroin. And I sniffed the dope and I'm peeking out the window making sure my son was okay. And I came outside and went to the mall and OD'd the goddamn parking lot. But I didn't have a problem. Next time you come here, next time you go to the Midtown town, and you see the split where it says Portland up in Suffolk, that big ass median right there, that fake median, I paid for it. Because I hit it at 68 miles an hour when I OD. I got a picture on my phone of the last capsule of dope I sniffed when I OD. I got a video on my phone of my son saying, Daddy, are you okay? And my question is for you is, when is enough going to be enough? Because there's a reading that says, when at the end of the road, we find that we can no longer function either with or without drugs, we all face the same dilemma. What's there left to do? There seems to be this alternative. You either go on the best you can to the bitter ends, jails, institutions, or death, or find a new way to live. It says in years gone by, very few addicts have this last choice. Those of us who are addicted today are far more fortunate. For the first time in man's entire history, a simple way to prove itself in the lives of many addicts. It's available to us all. It's a simple, spiritual, not religious program. Why did I read that? Why did I say that? So we're at the end of the road, right? 12/24. Then we get together Christmas Eve, we get ready to celebrate the day before Christmas, right? We're ready to unwrap gifts or wrap gifts, whatever you do, whatever you celebrate. Well, for me, that was a hell of a day. Because 12/24, December 24th, my mom sat down in a crack house until they hit a crack and died. And she was found on the floor by my 12-year-old sister with a broken stem, a broken plate, and the rest of the crack she didn't finish. Merry motherfucking Christmas to you. Merry Christmas. That was the end of the road for her. My question for you is, when's the end of the road going to come for you? Aren't you tired of beating yourself up? Aren't you tired of walking around aimlessly? Aren't you tired of going to treatment, getting out, going to treatment, getting out? Aren't you tired of got your probation officer telling you what to do? Yeah. Aren't you tired of beating yourself up? Well, maybe you're not. I'm going to tell you a story from a friend of mine. Real good guy. Got clean, right? You got to change people, places, and things. Because if you don't, there's a saying, man, they'll get you high before you get them clean. Let me tell you what happened to a friend of mine. He got clean. Was doing real good. He was doing so good that his son came back into his life. He was happy. His son came back around. He was excited that his family was coming back around. And his son bought him a brand new pair of Jordans and a brand new belt to match the Jordans. But he said there was something about going back around his old neighborhood that he had to go show his homeboys that he was doing good. So he went back around and he said he had $150. And he convinced himself he was going to get one. So the first time he spent $50, dope boy gave it to him. Yeah, man, good to see. gave it to him. Second time, he said he went back, bought a pack of cigarettes and a beer. He said it smelled like $46, $47. Dope boy gave it to him. Had a girl with him the second time. Third time he went back, he was really running short because now his money is getting low. He already had 150. He spent half the money the second time, right? So the third time, he's thinking, well, I'm just going to get whatever I can. Spent the last bit of money he had. But when I tell you this shit is insidious, it's baffling, and it's cunning, and all it wants to do is fucking rob you of who you are, of your dignity, of your self-esteem, and all that you came to accomplish, man. So he went back the third time. All this money gone. He got rid of the girl he was with. All he had was the brand new Jordans and the brand new belt that his son did. He goes back to the guy. Guy says, man, look, I told you don't fucking come back around here. Because you done came to me 3 times. First, he was his man when he came the first time. Second time, he was still all right. Third time, it's a problem. He said, I got something for you, man. He took off his goddamn Jordans and his belt. He said he remember walking back to the spot with no shoes and no belt on, only to get back to the spot to have to share the shit he had with people that was in the house. But it got worse. He said, because now that he gave up his belt and he gave his shoes up, he went back the last time. He's like, look, man, please, I can't go home. I'm fucked up. My folks are looking for me. My phone is dead. I ain't got no more money. Let me just get something from you, man. Please, let me get something. Shit makes me choke him every time I hear it, man. Because the last time he went back, he lost his belt. He lost his shoes. He went back the last time, and people said, turn around, man. You fucked him. He gave up all this stuff, and then he gave up his goddamn self. If getting high is the answer, what is the question? I didn't come here to make you feel good, man. I didn't come here to make you, I come here once a month to fuck up your reservation. I come here so when you think about getting high, the next time if you think about getting high, you ain't got no fucking excuse. Because I had enough trauma for all of us. Tell you about the last time, for me, the trauma, right? Went to get a haircut in the projects. My mom sitting around the corner at Eugene Woodley's house on the 5th floor in the project to get my hair cut. Good guy. Will cut my hair. I told you about my cousin, right? Told you about my aunt's boyfriend. Went around here to get my hair cut. Goddamn guy shoved me on the bed, put his penis in my ass, and I walked home with bloody toilet tissue coming out my goddamn pants. I had enough trauma, man, that'll fuck up everybody in this room. But I can share with you my deep, darkest secrets because you ain't never got a fucking excuse to use drugs again. Never. You ain't never got to get high again unless you choose to. And if you get high again, you get high because you made a fucking choice, right? Because you believe there's something in you that believes that getting high is still going to fix your problem. Because I don't give a goddamn how tough you are or how much money or whatever we may have. After the first one, it's ball game. The moment I like that stem is ball game. The moment you convince yourself that you can still do it, it's ball game. So I come here to give you a message of hope, man. Because they said the message is that an addict, any addict, can lose the desire to use drugs, man, and finally do well life. Any addict, any person, anybody under the sound of my voice, you just got to want it. You got to say to yourself, man, enough is enough, man. Enough is enough, and at the time up, you make an excuse for why you do what you do. So how did I get here? I overdosed 5 times. Most notably, man, I overdosed in the Greenbrier Infinity. Greenbrier Friday Infinity in Greenbrier. Overdose. Midtown Tunnel overdose. I don't know if I could be clear enough, man, with you that somebody believes it. Somebody believes it. If you don't believe that somebody believes it, I believe. Because I came down here all the way from North Suffolk just to tell you, man, that I love you. I came down here just to let you know, man, that if I could go back and help my mom change, I'll do anything I could for my mom to still be here. I would do anything I could to have a relationship with my father who told me, after I finally met him, that I wasn't his son. I had so much shit happen as a kid, man, that I could go on for days. But the process of trusting the process, that every day ain't gonna be easy. Every day ain't gonna be what you want it to be. But if you don't pick it up, it can't get in you. I don't think you really understand that. If you don't pick that goddamn stem up and put that goddamn joy in it and light that goddamn lighter to it, it can't get in you. Because you're not gonna fucking get high by mistake. if you don't take your ass around people, places, and things that you know you should not go around. Because let me ask you a question. When you down and out, how many people really give a fuck about you?
You know what?
Zero. When you walking up and down the street, giving your goddamn self up, doing anything you do, whatever it is you do, who really gives a shit about you?
Nobody.
When you out there, when you dope sick, when I was dope sick, do you understand I stole my son's wallet? He knew I stole his money, and then I helped him look for the wallet that I stole, and then I called him a dumb motherfucker? You understand I went to jail for 13 years for $10. $10 and a fucking raincoat. Needless to say, in prison. Here's the hope shot. In prison. I don't know why. I feel like I want to cry, man. You know why? Because I sat in the same seat you're sitting. In prison, right? You had to have a 225 to get your GED. Took the GED test, Old Colony Correctional Center, level 5 state prison in Boston. And I was really terrible in math. So I cheated on the math test. Can I be honest? I cheated on the math with my cellar. He helped with English. I was good at English. I needed help in math, so he helped me. I helped him. Guess what? I passed with 227. That was then. Passed the GED test, but I got out of prison. When I got out of prison, I was paying child support. If you get it in math, you follow it. I was making $7.50 an hour. I was paying child support $106.25 and $55 a week. And $125 for a room.
Hated it. Oh, hated it.
I was paying $55 a week for child support, $125 a week for my son, and then I was paying for a room, making $7.50 an hour. But let me tell you how the guideline standard works. Went to work one day in the shipyard as a fire watch. Everybody know what a fire watch is? Lowest paying job on the totem. Went to work one day and everyone was rushing in to get to work. And I remember extracting, right? Everyone walked over this envelope and I picked the envelope up. I remember picking the envelope up, but it was $376. So, I said, no, I just got blessed, right?
Yeah.
But I called somebody who was my mentor. I said, man, I just found this envelope with $374 in it. He said, well, if you want to get blessed, you need to turn it in.
Yep.
I'm like, man, fuck you. Can I be honest with you?
Yeah.
I'm not turning shit. I got child support. I'm making $7.50 an hour. I'm broke. But guess what I did? I turned it in on the Thursday.
Yes, right.
And I'm thinking, they're going to take my name down. They're going to say, who's that guy who turned the envelope in? Who turned, the advocate, you going to give me something. Turned it on Thursday. Monday came. Say, hey, you Jenkins, you the guy who turned it off. So now I'm renting. They're going to give me something.
Yeah.
Lady says, sir, and I hope they don't offend anyone. She said, God's going to bless you one day. But I'm like, you fucking crazy. You fucking crazy. God, I need money. Need money. But I remember her telling me that. And I stayed at Fire Watch making $7.50 an hour for 27 days after. So I got hired at Base Systems, man, at making $18 an hour. In a matter of weeks, but it didn't stop there. So I got into the shipyard, got into the apprenticeship program, graduated the apprenticeship program. Ex-crack smoker, 13 years in prison. Traumatized three separate times. 5-time overdose. Stole my son's money. Did everything you can imagine I've done. So today, being a supervisor making 6 figures.
I know that's right.
And I sold crack like anybody fucking else did.
That's a test.
And you want to know the crazy thing about it is? I've been clean 3 years and 4 months.
Wow.
And I share it because 3 years ago, I was in Virginia Beach site when someone came with a message of H&I. And the guy says, you ain't never got to get high again unless you choose to. I thought, man, he's fucking crazy. He said, man, you ain't never got to get high again unless you choose to. And I'm going to repeat it again. You ain't never got to get high again unless you choose to. Because you know what's crazy? Because every last one of us in here was born looking like our parents, right? But you're going to die looking like your choices. I don't know if you got that. Everybody in here was born looking like somebody. but you gonna fuck around and die looking like the life you live. And what do you want to live? What do you want to leave for somebody who's behind you? I wish I could play the video of my son, right? Because 3.5 years ago, I was in my house and I was nodding out. Nodding all the way out in my house. And my son says, Daddy, are you okay? Who's that fair to? You getting high, who's it fair to? When you go get high, you know, my thing was I get mad at you and I'm gonna go get high, I'm gonna go hurt my goddamn self. How much sense does that make? If getting high is the answer, what's the question? Because y'all might be here now, man, in a safe place. You may not really be paying attention and think this shit is real cool. But guess what? You're gonna leave here. You're gonna bypass that 7-Eleven, and life is gonna happen. And the question is, what the fuck are you gonna do when life shows up? Are you gonna really apply what you hear and listen to what you gotta do, man, to change your life? Or are you gonna just be here and be that, I'm that guy? Because I promise you, I got a message 2 weeks ago. I was in church, excuse me. And my phone would ring. I didn't answer it. And I called back. I said, hey, I had a missed call from this number. Guy says, hey, man, you know the guy Aaron? The young white dude that you used to talk to at St. Harbor? The guy who got out and you came to your home group? I said, yeah, I remember him really good. What happened? He said, well, he got out on Friday, and I picked him up Friday. I dropped him off over in South Norfolk. And Saturday, they found him dead. And the reason why I'm choking up is because I called his mom on the phone. And if you think that getting high is the fucking answer, you had to hear the hurt in his lady's voice. You had to hear the pain in her voice, man, of wondering, why did my son go back? Why did he go back? And the question I have for you is, besides hurting yourself, who you gonna hurt if you go back? Who you gonna leave fucked up if you don't decide to change your life? Because they say, man, the only required thing for membership, man, is a desire to stop using. Whether it's drinking, whether it's drugging, wherever it is, man, it's a desire. And no one can measure your desire but you. No one can tell you when enough is enough for you. No one can tell you, man, that, hey, man, you've reached the end of the road. Only you know. But I hope that, man, in these few short moments that we've had together, right, that you begin to apply some principles to your life. That you realize that if you heard nothing else, I had enough trouble for all of y'all. And I had enough bad decisions for all of y'all. But if getting high is the answer, what is the question? And when you leave here, you need to put some things in practice, man. You find your own group, find you somewhere you can go, just to be accountable, man, where somewhere you can go and you can get some help. It said because the therapeutic value of one addict helping another is without parallel. Go somewhere where you can really listen to change. Because aren't you tired of people telling you what to do, man? Aren't you tired of someone telling you lights out?
Yeah.
Aren't you tired of someone telling you step in? Aren't you tired of someone telling you I hate, and I still hate this when they say trays?
Oh my God. We like this way of the nightmare.
And I can't finish this without telling you, you know the things that I hate and I still hate and I hate even more now? Is some goddamn ramen.
Oh my God. I've never seen you.
I ain't never seen someone be so popular in prison
Yes.
than the person who was fucked up on his view like I was. But now he got about 30 ramen noodles soup, right?
Oh yeah. So,
You the man.
oh yeah.
You know the thing I never want to do again, man?
You know what?
Is step in that nasty ass shop.
Yeah.
I'll sit on that nasty ass silver toilet.
It's not the box.
Or put my goddamn carton of milk in that nasty ass toilet water.
Yeah.
Ew. Or eat up that nasty ass brown track.
Wash your clothes. Oh.
Or wash my goddamn clothes in the toilet. But guess what we'll do? Guess what me picking up that goddamn stem will do?
Put you right back there.
I'll be right back there. And I share that with you because guess what? That needle, that stem, or that goddamn bottle, whatever it is that fucked you up, will lead you right back there.
That bubble.
And if you don't begin to value your life, value who you are, value your purpose, man. I'll end with this. GED in prison, high school dropout, complex trauma, 6-figure income, right? But now I'm working on my master's degree.
Go.
In 3 years. All because I decided to say, you know what, man? I can't go back and fix that. One of the humiliating things I still deal with. But it's okay to be honest.
Yeah.
One of the most humiliating things I deal with, still to this day, is when I was molested. Because I still think about why. Why the fuck did you do that to me, man? Why did you do that to me? Right? But I just begin to forgive myself and remember that, guess what? Shit wasn't your fault, man.
Right.
And if it happened to you, whatever trauma it happened to you, man, guess what? You got to beat yourself with a feather, man. Because you can't do a goddamn thing about it. Shit happened, man. It's unfortunate, but we got to live through it. Because if I allow that shit to run my life, I'm going to still be smoking crack. In closing, my last run took me to South Military Highway. Dirty ass in Colorado. Rough 106 on the bottom floor, by the stairs. Smoking crack. Brand new Infinity outside. Left my car outside, left my phone charger in my car. I don't know where I'm at. Check into the goddamn hotel room, smoking crack. I can't make this stuff up, man. Set my dumb ass down on the bed. Lit the stem up, right? And the whole goddamn time there was a broken TV on the ground. And I sat there.
Didn't even know.
And I'm getting high in the hotel room. So finally, when it's all gone, now I got to go home now. Had no idea I was being recorded.
Wow. Didn't even know.
But getting high is the answer. What's the question? I left that hotel room, got out of that situation, began to get clean. 2 weeks later, I was leaving place of worship on a Sunday. Happened to just drive past the overpass. I saw some yellow tape outside. I was like, God damn, let me go over here and see what happened. Run 106 on the bottom floor. Found the dead body.
Yep.
Getting high is the answer. What is the question? You got to listen and learn, man. Learn to listen and realize that you have much more value than you may think. Get out of here, get you a home group, get you a sponsor, begin to make some meetings, right? I would say make 90 meetings in 90 days, man. It may seem like impossible, but you just make a meeting a day. For 90 days, everything else take care of itself. Just begin to do the work. All you got to do is put one foot in front of the other and begin to do the work. I didn't think when I was a kid, man, I'd be shit. I was told I was never going to be nothing. I was told I should have killed you when you was a kid. I had so much shit happen, man, that I thought I was never going to be anybody. But today, I stand here, homeowner. In 3 years' time, man, I'm going to say this in closing. Because I stopped smoking crack. Because I stopped sniffing dope. I got over $10,000 in my goddamn account. Because I made a decision, man, to stop fucking getting high. And I ain't no different than you. All you got to do is stop. And if you here tonight, guess what you did? You stopped. And all I hope you do, man, is you stay stopped. My name is Craig. Thanks for letting me share.